Don't miss out on this second chance mobile cash back on the Spiral Stakes. Saturday, April 2nd at Turfway Park. Bet to win the Spiral Stakes with your mobile device. Get your cash back if you finish second. First mobile win bet up to $20 eligible. Details 4njbets.com and tvg.com. I know I'm somebody who can be prone to hyperbole, but I am not being hyperbolic when I describe the pick 4 in races 7 through 10 at Turfway as being unbelievably good and tough. It's a great sequence. You're going to have fields of 12 in races 7, 8, 9, and 10. Full fields. Expect 48 horses in the 4 races. And every race looks like this. Lukewarm favorites. The Imposter and Purely Boy 3-1 the lines. We break down this pick 4. I have a $24 ticket. I'm going to use a few here in the first leg. It's an allowance optional claiming event to kick things off. And then we get to the stakes activity in race number 8. 1, 4, 9, and 10. The Imposter, back-to-back tough wins by a neck, and an optional 25 on the turf at Gulfstream. Source 2 for 4 with a second-place finish on the synthetic and comes out of a much better optional 40 race at the Fairgrounds, a race in which Hammer's Terror was a very good winner for Mike Maker. The 4, Belvin, loves it at Turfway. He's won his last 2 starts, both at Turfway Park. The 9, Union Bowman, veteran 9-year-old, 12 wins, 9 seconds, 10 thirds, and in pretty good form right now. How about third in a really tough optional 32 at Tampa in his last start, 67-1, and Keg Party, drink it, on the drop at 5-1. So fairly formful for me, using the logical runners in race number 7. I want to get through the first leg. There's no such thing as a bad favorite in this sequence, with your favorites being probably between 2-1 and 7-2. Mile and 16th, Rushaway, $100,000, another pretty good event for 3-year-olds. And I like a long shot at the top pick, but I will include your morning line favorite, Gimlet, for Todd Pletcher, coming out of the Palm Beach, in which he was really moving at the end of this race. As we isolate Gimlet and Florent Leroux aboard, and have an outstanding year, by the way. And Black Cap, there's Florent, looking for some room right now. Coming on late, your runner-up in this race, Giant Run, came back to win a stake race at Gulfstream in his subsequent start. So I like the way he finished here. There he's between horses, 5th, but only beaten a length and a half. That was just the 3rd start of his career. That was up a maiden score on turf. Horse should handle the synthetic based on what he's done on turf, based on his pedigree by Lemon Drop Kid. The 10 is my big long shot. Speaking of Lemon Drop Kid, Lemon Drop Bold, another son of Lemon Drop Kid. This horse ran a very good 4th, beaten 2 lengths in his turf debut in his last start. How about a maiden making some noise against winners in the Rushaway? 20-1 on the line. The horse to catch is Joy Drive, included the 11 on the ticket. The Bourbonette. This is the separating race for me. Another easy race, isn't it, folks? Another 3-1 morning line favorite. And your morning line favorite eased in her last start. You know I like that angle if they come back quickly, and that is the case with Marquis Miss, who eased in the Grade 3 Honeybee. That was the 12th of March. Comes back quickly, and, back in a Grade 3 event. But I think Wonderment, the 2. There's not much pace in this race. And even though synthetic at Turfway, those of you that think synthetic, you're not familiar with Turfway Park, you think closers, speed can do well at Turfway. Wonderment's going to be in front, and I like the race that Wonderment comes out of, the Franklin Square. The winner of that race, Clip the Coupon Annie, is a really nice undefeated 3-for-3 filly for Michael Rapoli. And Frosty Margarita, who was second in that race, 8 starts, 4 wins, and 4 seconds, has earned $370,000. So I love the 2 runners that Wonderment finished behind in the Franklin Square at Aqueduct. I'm telling you, Clip the Coupon Annie, she's been doing well against Open Company soon. I think Cornelio has a chance to get away on the front end with for trainer Kenny McPeak. Never been on the synthetic. Another one with that Lemon Drop Kid in the pedigree should handle the synthetic surface at Turfway. I can't afford to spend a lot of money. I got to single somewhere, and I'll single Wonderment at 8-1 on the line. If we are fortunate enough to be alive going into the big one, the Horseshoe Casino Cincinnati Spiral Grade 3 event, $500,000. I don't see much pace in this race. So to me, Jensen and Don't Be So Salty, the 2 fastest horses in this field, are must-uses unless you love somebody else. Don't Be So Salty, we're going to show you a race 2 starts back in which he was DQ'd from second and placed 4th, but he showed speed in this race. He was 2 lengths clear going a mile at Gulfstream on the 30th of January. Does veer out noticeably at about the 16th pole. There he is, and he had an easy lead in this race, but just for a couple of furlongs. Now he's battling throughout, and he's been battling now for about, I would say, 5 furlongs of this event. He continues to drift out, and they ended up making the change here And it was one of those right there. It was one of those at Gulfstream Park where it probably could have gone either way. But, they're pretty tough at Gulfstream, the stewards, and they usually err on the side of making that change if it's close. And that could have gone either way, in my opinion. They disqualified Don't Be Salty from second to fourth. But the idea is he's fast and he's talented. He went wire to wire in the $125,000 display stakes at Woodbine. 3 starts back, obviously over the synthetic surface there. So I like Don't Be Salty. The 3 Jensen, I think, is a horse to use. Horse who went wire to wire, albeit with slow fractions at the fairgrounds in his last start. The 5 Oscar nominated can sit off the pace. Maker has 4 in the spiral. Oscar nominated one of them. I thought it was visually a pretty good win in the black gold at the fairgrounds on the 27th of February, conducted over a firm turf course down in New Orleans. And I will use the 10 Aero Force. Respect for the connections. John Oxley, Mark Cassian, a horse who is the class of the field, should improve back on the synthetic off of a bad performance versus better on dirt in the Grade 2 Risen Star. It is a really, really good sequence. Literally, it's one of those sequences, folks, that if the favorites run the table, it could pay a couple $100s for 50 cents. Couple prices, who knows? This could be a $2,000, $3,000 50-cent pick 4. Don't forget about second chance mobile cash back on the Spiral Stakes. Bet to win in the Spiral Stakes with your mobile device. Get your cash back if you finish second. First mobile win bet up to $20. Details at 4njbets.com and tvg.com.
Bet anywhere with TVG.